Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Machine Show. I'm your host, Chris Matan. Thank you so much for joining me today. And the topic of the day, listen, how many of you, real estate agents and brokers, residential and commercial, raise your hand. Who is a residential or commercial real estate agent or broker? I am. And what is the cornerstone of success in our business? Communication with our client. Paramount to have dialed in communication with your client. Now, in this day and age, how many different ways are there to communicate with your client? To communicate with everybody throughout the transaction. There's the phone, there's email, there's text message, there's like a dot loop kind of thing where you're sharing, you're creating signatures and sharing documents that way. All these other sharing kind of platforms to distribute documents and whatnot. So you're dealing with your client. You might be dealing with a co-op agent or broker. You might be dealing with attorneys. Let's leave the title companies and inspections and lenders out of this for now, because the people that are, as far as agreeing on certain things and communicating certain things back and forth to move the deal forward from either a contract standpoint or a negotiation on an inspection or a negotiation to, maybe create an amendment to the contract for a variety of reasons. All that communication needs to get done. And imagine if you're the only broker in the deal. You commercial brokers out there, a lot of us, we double end the deals. Or maybe we're only representing one person, but there's no other broker on the other side. So really, you're the only broker in the middle kind of facilitating the transaction. And the communication that you need to have with everybody is, there's a level of transparency that's required and a level of fiduciary to your client. So you got to manage that. And that's not always an easy task, but the most important thing is, with all the different ways to communicate, you got to be organized and you got to know what you're communicating to who, how, when, and on what platform. So if you ever have to refer back to it, I texted him this, or I emailed him this, or I chatted with this guy about that way early on, and maybe that wasn't exactly documented, it was just a conversation. So you just got to be mindful when you're dealing with multiple people and communicating on multiple platforms that, first and foremost, you're working in the best interest of the client or the transaction to move it forward, and but also that you kind of protect yourself. You got to protect yourself as the broker, as the fiduciary, as maybe the one person that kind of that cog in the middle of the wheel that's holding everything together throughout the transaction. So it's just really, really critical. So I'm curious, how many different, is there, I'm not the most tech savvy person in the world. Maybe there's a platform out there or some app that, is able to collect all of the various ways that you're communicating and, including voicemails, that kind of keeps it all in one place so that nothing falls through the cracks. The deal continues to move forward. Everybody's happy. Chew on that for a little while. Have a great day, everybody.